Hey guys, what's up? Lee Price here from Mixed Martial Help, and today what I wanted to discuss was the difference between buying a hanging bag to train at home or buying one of the freestanding bags. It's one of the questions I really get asked by a lot. A lot of people who really want to train at home, maybe they don't have a martial arts school they can attend already, or maybe they want to get some extra training in. Whatever your case is, you really need to consider just a few basic things. First of all, the bags are going to move differently. So you've got your hanging bags swinging from the top. Generally, they're a lot better for punching. They're a lot better for boxing on than the freestanding bags. Okay, you can still work your heavy kicks and things like that. You can smash your shots in. The bag's going to come right back. Of course, with the freestanding bags, this can become a bit of a problem. If you're working, hard teeps, hard side kicks, back kicks, things like that. If you're smashing the kick in and you're following through, you're going to knock the bag over. So it can become a problem. But then one of the advantages to the standing bags is you generally don't have to have them bracketed by a wall. So your hanging bags, generally they're going to be in a corner, or unless you've got a decent frame which takes up a lot of space, they're usually going to be by the wall. And if it's for home use, you're probably not going to have a frame like they do at big gyms. So you've got to consider things like you need the bracket on the wall, it's going to be weathered, okay, and that the bags are going to move slightly differently. The Wave Master ones are probably the ones I have the most experience with, like Wave Master Double XL and so on. But my personal preference out of the two has to really be the hanging bags. I really do prefer the hanging bags over the freestanding bags. Freestanding ones are amazing for classes. You can get lots of people around them. You can have a great workout, whereas on a hanging bag you might only get 1, 2, or to squeeze 3 people around it, depending on your setup. Okay, but again, for training at home, that's not really a huge issue for you. So you want to consider, if you're getting a standing bag, do you have somewhere to store it? Okay, over here in the UK, the weather's pretty trashy most of the year round. Right now, up here, I'm living in Scotland, it's just been snowing the last couple of days, so if I had a bag outside, there's no way I could leave it. Okay, it would just be destroyed. Okay, so you need somewhere to put it. If you've got a shed, perfect, okay, or even, bring it inside. But depending how much you fill the base, okay, it could become a little bit heavy to move around and bring in the house, so you really do need to consider where you're going to store it. Of course, you can take your hanging bag off the bracket, you can bring that inside, you can store that somewhere out of the rain, that's great, but make sure you do look after the bracket. Okay, I've seen it in the past where, friends have punching bags in the backyard, and after a few years, it does take a while, you hit the bag, boom, the bracket can snap. And that can be quite dangerous. You don't want to get hit by a piece of flying metal when you're just trying to kick the kickbags. So, if it was down to me personally, okay, putting a bag in my own backyard, I don't really need that right now. But let's say for the case of the argument, I would personally go for a standing bag first. If I lived somewhere warmer, okay, if the weather was a little bit more predictable, if I didn't need to worry about my bag being outside, then I would probably, I'd probably change my investment. But it's up to you. Consider them both. They're both good, but really, you can't beat getting on the Thai pads with a good pad holder. Okay, that's really the best way to train. You can't beat working with a partner. But if you're training on your own, freestanding bags, they're great. They really are. They're good, but you got to consider they move a bit differently. They're not as good for punching as the hanging bags. They are a bit better for working your kicks. So you will find they're a bit more popular in like your freestyle schools. Your taekwondo schools, things like that. So depending on the style that you're training, that might also influence your decision. Okay. Now, if you've got experience with both bags, let me know. If you use the freestanding ones, if you love them or hate them, let me know. Same with the hanging bags. Okay. Alright guys, speak to you soon. Peace.